Hello and welcome to another video. This is the second time we're going live today, and I look like I'm in focus. So I don't know what I did, but apparently I fixed the camera. We had another live chat and it was very out of focus and having all sorts of problems. So let's see how this one goes. If you are watching this on the replay, then thank you so much for watching. It is currently 2:42 p.m. here in Sydney. Well, I'm not in Sydney, Australia. I'm in Australia. I'm near Canberra rather than Sydney. There is a fly. It seems to have left the building. Yeah, so welcome. Hopefully this is going to work because it was not before. So hopefully you'll find me again and we can continue with our chatting. It is much clearer. It looks so much better. Hello, Crochet with Lulu from Tennessee. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Were you on our little live chat just before that went down the toilet? It was buffering. It was out of focus. And then I actually just ended it because I pressed the wrong button. But you get that on the big jobs. So where were we? I think we had, I'm looking at my bag. Okay, we had just chatted about the Granny Square project. What would you make with all those Granny Squares? I reckon there's probably, I'm going to take a wild stab and say there's about 30. What would you do with 30 granny squares? Half are finished. Well, technically not finished because they have not sewn in their ends. They're very naughty. They will not sew their own ends in. And then the other half need the third round. Speedy Octopus. Hello, Holly. How are you? Speedy Octopus is saying, what are your thoughts on Woobles kits? Now, I think I know what you're talking about, the Woobles kits. Do they sell them in like Walmart or Hobby Lobby or maybe Joann's if the shop hasn't shut? Is that where they sell them? Because we do. I'm pretty sure we don't get them here, so I can't really comment on them. Hey, Wendy, how are you? Hello from Buenos Aires. I'm sure I've just butchered the way you say that. Welcome. I need to make my screen slightly bigger so I can read that text. There we go. Ross Jones is saying a cardigan. I think the size of the granny squares, they're only probably maybe 3 by 3 inches. I'd have to have a lot more crochet granny squares to make a cardigan. I do have a plan. I don't know if it's going to come through, but I do have a plan to make like a project bag with granny squares, but I have to see if it's going to work. If it turns out it's going to be epic, but if it doesn't, it's not going to be epic. What can I say? What is your most recent project before I go? Okay. So the most recent project I'm working on, I can pop that in. I won't put that in front of me because you won't be able to see it anyway, is a project using solid granny squares. Look how amazing that is focusing now. Woo! Don't know what was wrong with the camera, but we fixed it. So these ends have been woven. I've just wove them along the top there, and then I just need to snip that off. So that is actually finished off. And I've actually ordered a blocking board to block these with. I don't normally block my granny squares or any squares for that matter before I join them. So I've ordered a blocking board and I want to know the difference and how much difference it does make for blocking. So I've got a bunch of yarn. So I've made a couple of colors. This was obviously the same ball of yarn, but I've got this pink one there. I had a little bit of pink left. Chantel, if you're still there, that is your pink. Is it Joss? I had a little tiny bit left, so I made a square. I want to have a memory blanket. So, oh, I've got another one there. There mustn't have been very much, but I've only got those. So I have random yarn. Let me see if I can hold this up. Random yarn with random colors. It's quite deep in there. There's green, pink, more green. There's a rainbow one. There's some yarn that I hand dyed long time ago. Chantel, that one's yours. That's blowing right out. It is hot. It is, I wouldn't say it's high vis orange, but it's very bright. This one is Chantel's. So I've got all these little itty bits left. And I want this to be a special blanket. So I want to put some of Chantel's yarn in there. And then whatever's left, the small bit, I'm making a cowl. I'm actually knitting that one. And then I'm putting all the little tiny bits that I've got left. So if there's any left of that, that's going in there as well. What else we got? Oh, and then my main color is going to be grey. So my question to you is, would you like me to make a tutorial on the solid granny square, just the way I do it? I've watched lots of videos and everyone seems to do it differently, which is fine because you get the same result. But I was like, well, that's not how I do it. So maybe people would like to know how I do mine. They look the same. They literally look the same as everybody else's, but I have a different method on how I do mine. And that is totally fine. And then I was going to join them together in the way that I join them together and then put a border on them, which I haven't got the border planned yet. I do have a book somewhere. I have a crochet book somewhere of just borders. So maybe I could look in there and get some inspiration of what to put together for the border. So that's my current work in progress. Apart from 2 knitted jumpers that I'm doing, one for my niece and then one for myself. So that is the current project. So let me know if you would like a tutorial on the way I would join it and then what border I would put on it. It's not going to be a tutorial that's going to be like super quick because that's not making much of a blanket. And that's all I have so far. Maybe a backpack with wallet, says Crochet Lulu. Ooh. For the granny squares, the ones that I've already done before, the traditional granny squares, is that what you're talking about? Yes, please do a tutorial. I would like to know how you do yours. Yes, please. Yes. Awesome. Yep. So I will do the tutorial. I might make it like a crochet along. I think, let me know if I'm wrong. Australia is going into winter. It's now autumn and then it will be winter. But I know a lot of you guys are in the southern hemisphere and you are going into summer. Do you think this is a good project for summer? So what you do, this is the plan that I have for my pattern. You're going to make all of the contrast colors, which will be all of your different colors. And then you're going to take your main color. So for me, I'm going to use gray. And then you're going to join the squares with the main color. But it's not like a single crochet join. It's not some braided join or whatever those are. You're going to crochet a square, and then as you do the last round on the gray one, you join it to these. So it's a join as you go project, but you do make all of these squares first. Question is, do you think that just this little granny square to make your contrast colors, do you think that's a really good summer project? I personally think it is, because it's this big. It's not going to be sitting on your lap making you sweaty and gross, and you're not going to have to lug around a huge project bag with all of the blanket in it until you go to join it together. But do you think that just one of these squares is a great summer project? Now, I am using 100% wool. I've got a bunch of hand-dyed yarn left over from all different projects, and I want this to be a memory blanket. So I can't think whatever I made with this, literally can't. But let's find another one. This I know was in my crochet granny skirt tutorial that I did about a month ago. It was also in a jumper that I knitted. So I know when I look at this, I'm going to think of the crochet skirt that I did and also the knitted jumper. This one, I know I made a pair of, it was another knitted project, a pair of hand warmers. What else have we got in this little basket? This I know is an Australian yarn dyer. Her name is Kylie, and she's from Fiber Lily. I don't know if she still dyes this colorway. I couldn't even tell you what it is. I do not remember. But I know this ball of yarn was it might be the leftover bit of it, I'm not sure. But it's what I made my almost 7-year-old niece. I made her a little cardigan when she was a newborn. So I know when I look at this, I'm going to think of her as a newborn. So that's what I want that project to be. But I just think that those little granny squares would be a perfect project for summer. So yes, I crochet in the summer as much as the winter. Yes, so that would be awesome. Yeah, so that's what I thought. I know some people can't use wool in the summer. You could make it with cotton and have it as a cotton throw or a cotton blanket. I think that would be absolutely beautiful. What on earth? Sorry, there's like dirt or something. My dog, Charlie, he's very big. He weighs about 45 kilos. Now, that is more than half of what I weigh. So he's a very big dog. He's a Mastiff mix breed, and he thinks it's okay to jump with his front paws onto my office desk. He's slowly not doing it, but he's still doing it. If you've never seen Charlie, I shall show you a picture. That is the monster himself. He's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Have you got a dog or a cat or any other animals? Do you not like pets? Some people don't like pets. I can't remember who it is, but I do have a friend and they're like, nope, don't want pets. Generally, you're either a dog or a cat person. You can be both, obviously, but I'm more of a dog person. Dogs understand me. Cats, I don't understand cats at all. Where my sister's a cat lady and she gets cats and she doesn't, I don't know if she doesn't understand dogs, but she prefers cats. She's like, they're not in your face all the time. And I was like, Boston Terriers and a mixed lab. That's so cute. 9 cats. That's cool. What kind of cats are there? Not that I really know any cat breeds, but I stay cold a lot, so that would be an awesome project. Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing the granny squares. Just even thinking about cats, I'm allergic to cats. Just even thinking about them is making my nose itch. I'm thinking of having a crochet along with these. So I don't know. Has anybody watched Mikey from the Crochet Crowd? His Facebook, he posted about a crochet along, and he was saying that if you post it, I think it was a blanket. I think it was a round blanket. I kind of only just skimmed over it, but he was saying that if you post it, I'm not sure how many videos there were, but like a week apart, as the blanket gets bigger, the obviously you're crocheting a lot more. And they were saying that he was saying that people couldn't keep up because you might go to work or you might have a very busy life, and they couldn't keep up with each week because the blanket was getting bigger. But then he was saying that if he, I can't remember the exact details, but if he spaced it out, say to two weeks or once a month, that the people that did have the time were complaining that they had to wait for the project, for the video. So I was like, oh, and I was thinking about this crochet along before I read his video, his post. So I thought, oh, what on earth do I do? So in my mind, no, actually, I was going to say every once a month, but I'm not going to make all these in a month unless I really push myself. But if I wasn't doing it for a job, there's no way I would do it all in a month. It'd probably take me a year to make. And then you would need to join it with the grey square. That would definitely be a separate video. And then the joining would probably take me a few months to do if I wasn't doing it for work. And then the border, that would probably take me maybe a week, because depending on how big a blanket is. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer a crochet tutorial? Oh, and then other people, they want everything so that they can watch it all and then decide if they're going to do the project. So what would you prefer? Would you prefer it, say, one video every 2 weeks? Or one, so there would be one, two, probably 3 videos if it was a crochet along, or would you prefer it once every month? In my head, for my schedule, once a month works. And I guess the people that don't want to wait, they're just going to have to start a new project, because that's what I would do. When he says, love dogs, I have 2 border collies. Oh, how cute. Vicky says, he's cute. I've got 3 dogs, still haven't seen a kangaroo, but I found out the zoo close to me has one. I'll be going soon. Very cool. Vicky, we've had a conversation about kangaroos. They are cute and they're fluffy, and they're Australia's national emblem, or whatever it's called. But they could also be little monkeys. They can attack you, they can scratch you, they can bite you, they kick you with their back legs, and they can do big damage because they have very big claws. I personally would rather see one in the zoo or within my car and see it out the window. We do have kangaroos around here. We don't get them on our property because our fences are pretty good, and they just, I don't know, they just don't come into our place. But just up the road, like about a minute in the car, that property up there has heaps, and they're always jumping on the road, and unfortunately they get hit by the cars. So Cedo says black stripe, Siamese, and Russian blue. How beautiful. Russian blues are gorgeous. SJ Rollins said, Roland. Isn't that the lady that does Harry Potter? You're not the lady that writes Harry Potter, are you? I had a mouse. I've quite a bit of knitting in the summer. A mouse is so cute. My sister had a mouse when we were kids. It was adorable. I've always liked the week at a time. Me too, Vicky. You could start off with 1 video part per week, and then as it gets bigger, make it once every 2 weeks. Once a week or bi-weekly. Yeah, so lots of ideas there. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much for all your ideas. Because it depends what projects you want to make. I may make it as a blanket project, but you may see these granny squares and the joining method and think, well, I want to make a bag with that. Or you might want to make a scarf with it, like something completely different to what I would make a blanket with. So you might go, hey, I need that border, or I only want to watch the first 2 videos. You may want to just watch the granny square part of it, or the solid square part of it, and make your own project. You may not even want to use the joining method that I do. So there's that. Everybody, hydrate. I'm thirsty. Noni says, my biggest dog is part Burmese mountain dog and border collie and shed so much I could make yarn from her fur. And she's 90 pounds. 90 pounds. I need to Google that. Hey, Google. What is 90 pounds in kilograms?
To convert pounds to kilograms, kilogram, you can use the following conversion factor.
Oh,
1
stop
pound is
mansplaining.
approximately
It's
equal
40
to
kilos.
0.45.
He mansplains all the time. 40 kilos. So, yeah, that's about the size of my dog. I think mine's about 45. So, he's a big dog. Yep. And the Burmese mountain dogs, they have, and I think border collies too, they have quite long hair too, don't they? Long fur. Not rolling, but I like to write books. That's so cool. Hey, Bub, welcome to the chat. Good to see you here. Sam, 45 kilos-ish. Yeah. So my dog would be, what did you say? It was 90 pounds. So my dog's just over 90 pounds. And he's 2 years old and he's such a puppy and he doesn't realize how big he is. There's that. Yes, he is crazy. Currently outside away from here because he'd be barking and probably trying to jump up on the desk, and it would just be a feral episode live stream. So who has seen the latest tutorial? This is my mesh market bag. It's very cool. I love this cotton. This is Lily and Cream. Lily and Cream? Yes, Lily and Cream. I cannot remember the color name. Nah, it's gone. Don't know what it was. And it's lovely and soft, but it's sturdy at the same time. So this crochet bag, if you have not seen this video tutorial, it is going to change your world and change how you make crochet mesh bags. So normally when you make a crochet mesh bag, you make this top bit. So you don't have any handles, but you just make this strip along there. And then you crochet the mesh bit, and then you come around the other side and you crochet this bit there. So you're just left with basically a rectangle that's kind of cinched in a bit because these stitches are smaller at the top. Okay, so you're going to have this long rectangle. Then you normally have to decrease along the side, so not that strip, the other sides, the long end of your rectangle. You got to decrease all that and then add your handles. But with my method, which I had been wanting to make for years, I had this idea in my head for so long and just didn't get it out anywhere. Like I didn't even crochet it. I just had this idea in my head that as you crochet your mesh here on the ends, you're going to do your decreasing as you work your mesh. So you're crocheting this bit in the middle, this mesh bit, but on the ends you're using much shorter stitches, so it cinches the ends, the long ends in as you crochet, so that when you get to when you've completed your mesh section, you don't need to decrease the sides because you've already done it as you crocheted. So you are skipping a big step of when you're making a bag. So if you've made a mesh market bag or any bags like this before, you'll know what I'm talking about. My cross stitch bag, it's this similar color. It's made in the ombre, I think it was Red Heart ombre. It's blue and it's whitish. That one was made when you crochet the rectangle and then you decrease the sides. That was made that way. And when I made that, I was like, this is annoying. It's so annoying because you've got to go along, and then decrease the bag. It was quite fiddly to do. So I was like, why can't we decrease it as we crochet so that when we get to the end, all we got to do literally is add our handles and crochet. So you add your handles and then you just crochet a couple of rows, a couple of rounds, and your handles and the side is done. And it's all just single crochet. There is no decreasing when you do your handles. So if you've made a mesh bag like this before, you'll probably know what I'm talking about, that method. So you've got to check it out. It will change your crochet life. You've got to believe me. I'm a professional. Bob Karen keeps getting rid of her messages. Not sure what's happening there, but hello. Welcome to the chat. Kind of long fur. My dog is a big baby. Yeah. And does it like to be a lap dog? Because Charlie thinks he's still little. He's not still little. Crochet with Lulu is saying, that is so pretty. I'd love to learn how to crochet the bag. Let me just see if I can grab a link for you. But as you click the link to this, it will take you away from this this chat. I'm pretty sure it won't open in a new window, but that is a video tutorial link. And also, if you click on my username anywhere on YouTube, it will take you back to my channel where all my videos are listed. Yes, she tries to get on my lap and it hurts. Yes, it does. Because they are not little babies anymore. So what is everybody crocheting at the moment? I would love to know. That is my work in progress, my little granny squares. So next up on the pile of doom, aka works in progress, unfinished items, unfinished objects, is this cardigan. Now, this cardigan uses the same cardigan as the mustard one, which we showed in the video that all went to the toilet. So we started this new chat. So this is that one. This one is a lot further along, but also it's a shorter cardigan. How cool is it? But what I'm thinking, because I know I'm probably not going to finish it, because I'm hopeless, I'm really hopeless. What I'm thinking is I might just make it into a vest. It's basically done if it's going to be a vest. And then I just have to look at, I mean, I could crochet around the opening. Where are we? I could crochet around the opening easily and around the armholes. Like I can do that without a pattern. And then all I've got to do is find the pattern, and which is in this bag down here, and just finish off the pockets. And if for some reason I feel very inspired, I could just undo the armhole and finish off the sleeves once. It's coming into my cold season, so I really want to have some stuff to wear. This is in my Temu, not Temu. Why did I say Temu? Tmoy. This is a Tmoy brand. Why do I have... Why do I have... What are they called? Wands with a star on it. I have no idea. Anyway, this is my Tmoy bag. This has a unboxing and video review. This bag is awesome. A lot of people have purchased it through, I'm pretty sure it's through Amazon. And, oh, sorry, I'm going to fall off my seat. And it's a great bag. Let's see if I can get the link for that. Bear with. Tmoy craft bag, crochet with Clare. Oh my gosh, I've had that for 7 years. That is the video. Oh my god, that was filmed. Oh my goodness, it was filmed at my old house. Oh, it's playing on my screen. It's filmed at my old house and when I was Bob Wilson. Wow. Let me see. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. This link's probably gonna be huge. Yeah, it won't even fit in the chat box. Anyway, the link for that bag is underneath the Timoy video. Yeah, Bob Cohen saying I vote vest. SJ saying vest. Autocorrect keeps putting in strange words. Silly autocorrect. I'm not working on anything at the moment. Picked up a job as a travel agent. Oh, that sounds like fun. Some mittens with the bobbles or whatever they are in that cardigan would be so cute. But yeah, I'm thinking vest for sure. Ross is saying, I'm making random flowers for a donation sofa. I will give them to my friend and she will pass them on to the lady doing the sofa. That sounds really cool. That would look so pretty. Wendy's saying, I love that bag. I have one as well. Yeah, it's a really cool bag. It's really sturdy. It's got the clear top so you can see into your bag. As you can see, it's a good size. It's got lots of yarn stuffed in there. So yeah, really good, really good. All right, next one on. So that's a keeper. So far, we haven't frogged anything. We need to frog something. What's in this bag? I don't know if anyone will know who these two are. I almost put a Beetlejuice t-shirt on today. And I also have a Labyrinth t-shirt. I literally don't even know what's in this bag. Yep. I have no idea what this is. There's no pattern. I would say I was designing a pattern. Well, that doesn't give us any ideas. Oh, smells good. It is literally just a granny stripe. If I know me, I bet you it was going to be a cardigan. That was under my arm. I feel like I wouldn't finish this. And I couldn't use this yarn in a tutorial because it's very dark. It's almost a navy blue in sections. It's hand dyed. I feel like that's a frog. What do you think? I feel like it was just a prototype for something. Ooh, if I just stitch the side up, we have a cow. Frog it. It's definitely not a finish. I could literally just take the lazy way, put the two ends together, and just like single crochet it. And it would take me less than 3 minutes. It's a maybe. What's everybody saying? One is David Bowie from Labyrinth. It sure is. It's completely remote and better than my last job. Oh, that sounds really good. When you say remote, do you mean... I literally pictured in the outback, in the middle of nowhere. Do you mean you can work from home? Okay, so we've got Ross saying frog. We've got SJ saying frog. Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be a project that I would finish. I mean, crocheting across that one end to make it a cow. How can we do this? I feel like that could work. Let's just, you know what? Let's do it right now. It is going to take me, I reckon, 2 minutes. And if I don't like it, I can frog that bit. And then we can just frog the entire project. Okay, I need to frog a little bit because it's mid-row. How cute is this stitch marker? It looks like a knitting stitch marker, but it's a little octopus. It's so cute. Okay, so we're just going to frog it to the end. Have you ever gone through your projects and thought, well, that's never going to get finished? Work from home. Understood. Yeah, do you ever look at something and go, you're getting frogged because I'm not loving you anymore? It's funny, isn't it? We start a project and we're absolutely in love with it. I know I do this. You're absolutely in love with the project. You're in love with the pattern. Something happens. You put it down for a little while. Before you know it, 4 years have gone past. Maybe not 4 years for everybody, but 4 years has gone past. And the next time you get it out, you no longer love it. Maybe I'm very impulsive like that with crochet patterns, so it could just be me. I'm sure I'm not alone. I'm going to do a very rough job at this. Because it's all the same colour. Can you even see what I'm doing? It's all the same colour, so you won't notice. Has the weather started warming up or cooling down where you are? It's starting to cool down here. Even though today was absolutely lovely. Sun is out. I've just noticed that the sun is all over there. Is that annoying you? Because it's very glary. I can shut that blind. If it's annoying you, let me know and I'll just shut the blind. Sun's coming around because it's early afternoon. It's 3:20 in the afternoon here in Australia. I am on the east coast and I'm near Canberra. Well, an hour from Canberra. I'm trying to think of the biggest city that you would know. Does everybody know where Canberra is? I'm just assuming that you do, but you may not know where Canberra is, especially if you don't live in Australia. It is Australia's capital city. And it has its own... it's a territory, so it's not a state. It's called a territory. It's called ACT, which is Australia's capital territory. And it's within New South Wales, which is the state that Sydney, Australia is in. I might have to shut that blind because it's starting to get to me now. It's really bright. The sun is almost through that window. 32 Fahrenheit. That sounds really cold. Wendy's saying, yes, especially when I've forgotten why I started it at all. Yep. Don't even, like this project, I don't even know what it was supposed to be. I'm going to guess cardigan because I would not have made a blanket in one color. That is not what I do. 32. Hey, Google. What is 32 Fahrenheit in Celsius? It sounds cold.
32 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 0 degrees Celsius.
That's cold. Too cold. Too cold. So our daytime temperature today, I think, was, it says 23. Hey, Google, what is 23 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
23 degrees Celsius is equal to 73.4 degrees
It's
Fahrenheit.
73.4 degrees here today, or currently. It's lovely. Not too hot, not too cold. Oh, I keep putting my hand down. Okay, so I've just about finished this. Just doing that last stitch there. Okay. So I'd actually turn that inside out. You can see the ridge there that most people hate. Because this project's been worked backwards and forwards, I can actually just turn it inside out. I mean, we're still going to get that seam, but hey. For a project that I hadn't even crocheted, because I can't even remember crocheting it, I think it's going to be quite good. Just kind of fix the underneath bit. It's pretty baggy. It's very... Where's that strand of yarn? Let's get that out of the way. There we go. See, I like my cows. I would give this to someone. I like my cows. I get really cold when it's cold. So I like mine quite snuggly. But this would do nothing for me. It would not keep me warm. When you're saying I can't wait for Canberra winters, yeah, get to wear our woolies. Yay. Wendy, are you in Canberra? So Cito is saying I buy yarn and sometimes I wonder why I bought it. Yep. I feel like I would not wear this. It's beautiful. I love the stitch. I love the color. It feels amazing. But for me, it needs to be like, this is where I'd have I need it up like that to keep me warm. Ah, lovely. I'm out near Goulburn, if you know where Goulburn is. $25.1 in Perth. Nice. So Ross is in Australia, but it is, what is it? It's 1:24 there, and it's 3:25 here. So we are 2 hours in front. Yeah, SJ saying, I tend to get too many ideas for projects and then never get them done. Yeah, I totally understand the way your brain works. 32 right now. Fahrenheit, that is cold. So what are we going to do? Are we going to frog this or are we going to... I feel like I'm going to frog that bit because, you know, I don't like it on me. It's very beautiful yarn too. It is... I got a feeling this is a New Zealand yarn by Vintage Pearls. Let's see how good my memory is. Vintage Pearls. And would you believe there's no yarn like... Oh, hang on, what's this? Nope, that's not a yarn label. It has no yarn label. Maybe it's not Vintage Pearls. I have no idea. Frog, yeah. I'm just doing it right now. I'm not even looking. I don't want to know. I need to shut that blind. It's now in my eyes. It's better. Ugh, what is that though? Yeesh. See how blown out it gets? Sure. There we go. I'm a little bit dark, but I'm not like getting blinded by the sun. So that's good. What is the most recent project that you have frogged? Oh, looks like Wendy's auto corrector's not working either. Yeah, frog it. This is your permission to frog, not that you needed it, but to go and frog that project that you've been thinking about and given the evil eye and just gonna be like, you're next. This is your I don't know, sign to go and pull that thing apart. I give you permission. It is okay. It is okay to fall in love with a pattern, start it. I'd say this is like a fifth of the way through. It didn't have a pattern. I would say I was making it up as I went. And it's okay to not like it anymore. I don't even know when I started this. Yes, I do. Because when I design patterns, I write the date. And that is the 11th of February, 2020. That is 5 years. And I can guarantee you that I went gun-ho on this. Just crochet, 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 and then put it down. 2020. I was living in this house. $5 years. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I've had this project bag for a long time as well. There's cute little camels on it. I've got badges on the inside of the bag too. A sheep. What's she doing? Holding a hot drink. And a hedgehog on a push bike with books and flowers. Focus. So cute. So cute. I need to put my camera down. Let me see if I can adjust. Sorry. Oh, hang on. You're going for a ride. Whoa. Stay there, camera. Okay. See if that makes any... Ah, that's better. Now you can see that I'm wearing tracksuit pants. Oh, and now my head's getting chopped off. There we go. There we go. It's focused. Oh, more kerfuffled. There we go. Now you still can't see the crochet, but hey. I am not sophisticated like Chantel and got like 3,000 cameras going. So what did everybody have for dinner, or what have you got planned for dinner? Personally, there's nothing planned. I have to see what's in the fridge. Look, I've already frogged. You probably can't tell the difference, but I can tell that that's got way smaller. And if I frog this whilst talking to you, sorry, I'm getting this chair. I don't know why, but I slip off it. If I frog it whilst talking to you, then I'm not concentrating on it, and it doesn't feel as bad. I don't think this is one ball of yarn because can't be. Because look how big this cake is already. Mm. So this is a very productive live stream because I've decided I am going to keep 2 of the cardigans. Well, one's going to be the cardigan, and then one will be the vest. I think I'll do the vest first because that has the least amount of work to do on it. And I feel like if I do, excuse me. I feel like if I finish the vest, that I'll get satisfaction quicker because there's not much to do on it. There's literally just to crochet around the armholes and the neckband, and I think pockets. I'm very interested with those pockets because I've never done pockets like that before. I don't know if I've ever done pockets on anything. I don't think so. So that's exciting. This must have been a giant ball of wool. Wish I knew what it was. I know that it's wool. Pumpkin ricotta and spinach quiche. Oh, yum. That sounds delicious. I went shopping yesterday, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what I bought. I know I've got vegetables. Oh, I might have sausages. I should have got some things out of the freezer to defrost, but there we go. It's now just gone past 3, so I'd probably grab them out before I go fix the dog. So I've got to feed him, take him for his walk. I think walking the dog is half for me and half for him. He loves it. He loves sniffing the grass and doing whatever. We've got a farm, so we've got 100 acres for him to, well, technically we probably only use about 25 of it for the dog because a lot of it has really long grass at the moment. Like I'm talking waist high. And snakes, basically. It's a short answer to that. We have tiger snakes here where I live, and brown and black snakes. Well, brown snakes and black snakes. They're 2 different. 2 of them are the most venomous. Dang. Got a knot. So not really a fan of snakes around here. So I think England, is anybody from England in the chat? I think England might be on their way to waking up. Hey, Google, what time is it in London?
The time in London is 6:36
Yeah,
a.m.
6:36. I've eaten some M&Ms. It's it's almost 1:45 here. Are you normally a night owl? I'd be well and truly asleep by then. What is happening? Why will this not come undone? I don't really want to take scissors to it, but I will if I need to. I cannot understand why that's... I'm wondering if I've woven in the ends. I don't know if you've had this happen to you before, but you weave in your ends and then you've got to frog it, and then where you've woven in your ends and you pull it apart, that's where it all gets stuck. I feel like that might be my issue because there's like a knot. I Can't see how I would have a knot in my crochet. They're coming out. Oh. Well, that bit, that was definitely an end. That was... What? That doesn't even make any sense. What on earth? Claire from the past, what were you thinking? I'm going to just chop that right out. I can hear my dog barking, but I think my husband's outside. I've eaten some... Oh, no, I've already read that one. Pretty much, my boyfriend is in the UK. For work, or he lives in the UK? We have 27 people watching at the moment. Thank you so much for joining us here on the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you could. Because that was a weird thumbs up. Just a weird angle. I don't know. Apparently, I've got weird fingers. And my thumb goes really far back. Anyway, enough about the freaky thumbs. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. I know someone just did it because it's gone up to 18. So thank you so much. What it does is it tells YouTube that people are enjoying the live, and then it sends it out to more people. So yeah, he lives in the UK. Do you get to visit much? Because that's a long way. How far is it on the plane from the UK to the US? From here, it's about 24 hours. It's horrible. It's a very long flight. That's another thing about frogging old projects, the fluff. All the dust that comes out of them. I also love, I don't know if this is just me, but I love when I get to frog projects because the project bag it was in gets to go back into rotation, where I haven't seen this project bag for, what did we say, 5 years? That's mental. 5 years. What is the longest that you've had a project on the go? I know I have a crochet granny square blanket. The granny squares, I'm going to say, no, this isn't square, but they're about that big, the granny squares. And it's a project, I haven't worked on it for years, but it was a project that I was taking in the car. I must have been doing a lot of driving or something. I don't know. Must have been doing something. It was a project I took in the car, and I called it my road trip blanket. And all I've done, I've used all Red Heart Super Saver, and it'd be that old that the colors I've used probably don't even exist anymore. And look, we're getting there. And this is still one ball of... Oh, wait, no, it's not one ball of yarn. I'm lying. I tied the ends together. Yeah, and that thing has been on the go, I'm going to say 10 years. I don't even know where that project is. I know I have not frogged it. And all I do is... Oh, look, there's another join. Looks like I was doing the Russian join. What was this? Oh, the project. Yeah, so I don't even know where it's located. It got moved from the old house, and I have not worked on it since then. And we've been in this house 6 years. And it was an established project well and truly before we moved. So I'm guessing 10 years. I've got another problem. 8-hour flight from the US. That's pretty good. That's not long at all. From here, it's like legalized torture. Hey, Sassy Mary, watching from Missouri, USA. How are you? We are currently trying to frog this project, but it's doing its best not to be frogged. It keeps just knotting up. It's not one of those, you know how you get those yarns like Red Heart Unforgettable. Love the yarn. I think it's beautiful. Beautiful colors. But if you've got to frog that thing, whoo, you had better have some patience. Because that yarn does not frog very well at all. Tie this on again. So it's great to have you all here sitting with me. I wanted to do a live chat. And I wanted to get these bags of stuff that you've been seeing, no lie, have been sitting on my what do you call it? My office desk. It's got to be 3 months. Yep. And it's I was just about to say it's making my desk look untidy, but you should see the rest of it. I want to be that person that has a very neat office desk that has, just a pen and just a drink bottle and my phone. Maybe a photo. I've got a photo of my mum and then a photo of her mum and dad. Actually, I think my mum might even, but yeah, in that photo of my grandparents, my mum's in the picture and she's only about, I don't know, she looks about 2. But I want to be that person. But I'm not. I don't know why. It's just stuff. I can see 2 coasters. I can see a project that I want to make a video tutorial on. There's a bunch of paperwork. Don't even know what's in that paperwork. It's getting thinner. There's my diary. Ball of yarn. Disco ball. A CD. Like, do people even use CDs anymore? They're obviously blank. Oh, I know what they were from. I actually frogged a project that was in. So that's what that was. Don't even know what I was making. Can't remember. I think I might have tried it for the cupcake bag, which is just here. The cupcake bag. I think I trialed the CDs in the bottom. And then I was like, can people even buy CDs anymore? I had this box of like blank CDs from something. And why do we still have them? I don't know. They should have been chucked out or given away years ago. But I was like, oh, I'll just use those. And then I got halfway through and I thought, can you even buy them anymore? Sassy's doing good. Trying to get my crochet project so I can sleep. Oh, that's no good. Sometimes I think about crochet if I can't get to sleep. I think about the project I'm working on and I crochet it in my sleep, in my mind, if that makes sense. And it relaxes me and I fall asleep. Other times I will design a project in my head whilst I'm trying to go to sleep. Which is bad because I never write it down and then I forget by the morning. Hey, Elaine, how are you? Knitting while I watch. I have a 10-year WIP. A big blanket. I was over enthusiastic. I think the biggest blanket I've made is a single bed. Oh, it's actually this one here. That fits a single bed. Oh my goodness. This is a epic frog. It's like a frogathon. So leave your favorite froggy emojis in the comments. I would love to see them. They have some really good emojis these days. How old were you when you got your very first mobile phone? I'm pretty sure I was 19. Because I'm going by where I was working, and I know I started there when I was 19. So I'm going to say about 19 years old. And where I worked was kind of not in a dip, but the town was sort of in a valley, sort of, had some hills around it, and you didn't get any reception. You had to go and stand outside, and you got one bar of reception. But if you're inside at work, you didn't get any. So I mean, now I don't live in that area anymore, but now you probably get full service everywhere. Getting another knot. Getting really annoyed at these knots. Oh, I'm just going to chop it again. Because apparently this ball of yarn is going to be in bits. I'm basically at the stage where I don't really care. At least this wasn't the manufacturer's knot. I know this was a project that I took apart. Josephine saying 41. Is that when you got your first mobile phone? That's cool. I think my mum was about, I wouldn't say 50. She didn't want one. And then she had a car that was really old and broke down a few times. So Dad was like, nope, you're getting a phone. And then she would turn it off because she didn't want us knowing where she was. And I'm like, what are you trying to hide? She's like, nothing. I just don't want you knowing that I'm going shopping or whatever. SJ saying, I had a simple brick from Nokia. I was traveling with a youth group and church. I think that's what I had. It was huge and really thick. Was it like it was before, was it Nokia like 5110 or something, or what was the number? Everyone had one. Because back then there weren't very many things that you could choose from. I can remember my dad, he had a company car, and I remember him getting the first mobile phone, and it had the big battery pack with it. It was like a suitcase. Probably doubled as a suitcase. So if you've just popped in, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here on the chat. I am frogging a project, and if you've been here for the frog, you'll know it was way bigger than this. I'm almost at the end. Look how big this ball of yarn is. Oh my gosh, my arm is getting sore. Hit that thumbs up if you've just jumped into the chat. I would really, really appreciate it. I have to have a rest. That's actually hurting in my hand and my arm. Cheers. Don't forget to hydrate. And as Sarah from Crochet Vision says, don't forget to take your meds. Makes me giggle every time she says that. She has been doing some epic live streams. One, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. It might have been yesterday. I totally missed it. But it went for 8 hours. 8 hours? She has a business and she crochets, but she also uses knitting machines to make head warmers. She probably does more on it, but that's what I was watching. And I basically think that she was probably just doing work because she does lots of markets. So I'm thinking that she was just doing work and chatting, which I think is great if you can do that. Makes the time go a little bit faster and oops. Get out of there. This is such a pretty color. That's a pretty good representation of the color. It's a dark, almost teal, almost navy. It's so close to the end. Thank you for everybody that encouraged me to frog this. I didn't think I was going to. I thought I was going to hang on to it. I do have a love for the granny stitch. Don't knot up again, please. There we go. I have a love for the granny stitch. I don't know, I love how it looks. I love crocheting it. It's very rhythmic, very relaxing. Oh my gosh. Do you have a favorite crochet stitch that you do? I don't mind the half double crochet stitch too. When I first learnt to crochet, all I knew was a double crochet. So an American double crochet, Australian treble. But then when I found YouTube, so that was like that for like a couple of years. When I found YouTube, I realized what I thought was a double crochet or a treble was not. And I think, looking back, it was a extended single crochet. The person that taught me learnt from her nan. And this is before, YouTube was probably even thought of. I'm talking like maybe 40 years ago. I don't even think the internet was thought of. Look. Let's do a countdown. I reckon without getting stuck. Let's start from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I have to think about that. 4, 3, 2, 1 3/4. 1. Boom. Done. That is heavy. I can't weigh it. I haven't got any scales here, but that feels like at least half a kilo yarn, which is so 200 grams is 7 ounces, so 14 ounce in a bit. Yes, I did challenge my patience, and if you weren't here to help me through this, I think I would have given up and shoved sticky. It's weird. That's going in the bin. See you later. Look. So that's a cake of yarn that hasn't been used. And then there's this monstrosity. That's probably like 3 cakes of yarn, I would say. I've got a tape measure. I've not seen that in years. Is that magnetic? Why am I putting it on my face? My face isn't metal. I think it might be. It's magnetic. It's magnetic, but it's not very magnetic-y. Yay. Got a magnet. What else we got in here? Oh, this is my little bag. This is the one I think Natalie, my friend, Natalie Powell, maybe this. If you saw who I went on the Australian yarn show with, I'm pretty sure Natalie made me this. It's got a little roller skate badge and says no llama drama. Cute. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen this thing for ages either. It says addict. It was on sale. UFO yarn, crochet FO, not enough yarn, WIP. I actually made that badge myself. I designed it. I think I've got them made. I designed it. What else we got? Oh, maybe the yarn label is in here. Oh my gosh, I've not seen them scissors for years either. They are so cute. No yarn label. How cute are those scissors? Eek. Well, I know I bought this yarn needle in New Zealand. And I have not been there, I think, 6 years. Okay, no, we figured it out, didn't we? It was 2020. A bunch of stitch markers and a bunch of stuff. I can just go back in that bag for now. I know that this little piece of pink yarn is from a knitted cardigan crochet cardigan that I made. If you saw my Australian Yarn Show video, I was wearing a pink cardigan in part of it. This is from that. But it's a 4-ply, so I can't add it to my memory blanket. All right, I'm going to put all those bits back in there. And then I can just clear it out when I store my project bags in a different room than here. So I can just do that. And I have a crochet hook. I think that might have come out of there. So that can go back in the crochet hook container. So pretty. So that's done. Thank you, everybody. Sorry, I just had to shut that drawer. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, we have done so much work together. Are you getting some work done as well? I hope you are. That would be amazing if you are. What have we got in this one? Nothing. That's just a bag with some yarn in it. Oh, gotta reach across the desk. Oh my gosh, my desk is so much bigger. This is random ball of yarn. I don't even know what that's from. It could be potentially be one that Charlie has grabbed because he's naughty. You see these grates? That's part of, this shelf. You see these metal bits on the shelf? I've got more of these, so I've blue tacked them. Just there, there's blue tacked into the shelf, and they stand up because the yarn is behind it. It's not focusing. Focus. There we go. And it's great. He has not touched his yarn at all, and he was running off with that yarn there. That is just yarn vomit. He was running off with that constantly. I was laughing on the inside because he was having so much fun, but on the outside, I was strict mum. Stop doing that. Oh my gosh, this isn't. I don't know if this is even supposed to be on the table. So this is a little knitted project that I was doing, just making little knitted toys. I was going to give them away to charity. As you can see, that's as far as it got. Oh, that was a skirt that I just followed my own pattern and it didn't really work because I totally forgot about knitting, how it rolls up on the edges. That can go in the bin. What's this? Oh, this is the pattern for it. I don't know if this is a free pattern, so I won't show it. But it's called Pretty Izzy Dolls, and it's by, is it Esther? Esther Joy Knits. I think I got it on Ravelry, but again, I don't know if it's a free pattern or not. check out my little, so it's a knitting project, so check out my little needle protectors. It's a little piece of toast with Nutella. Or is it Vegemite? It looks like Nutella. Chocolate spread, if you don't know what Nutella is. I'm sure you know what Nutella is. Yeah, and then just a bunch of yarn. So that literally needs a face. And then I could probably... I don't think my niece needs any more toys. I could probably just give that to a thrift shop and they could do what they want with it. So that project only needs a face. Okay, so that can go back there. So we have 1, 2, 3 projects to finish off. We frogged one of them, so that's good. That's positive, positive, positive. I like it. I like it. 33 people 34 people watching and 30 thumbs up. If you've just came in, welcome to the chat. Give it a thumbs up because then YouTube thinks that people are enjoying this chat, which would be awesome. But we have our... So has everybody been here from the start? I could just do a quick recap on the projects that we're keeping. I keep looking down at myself in the screen. I probably look like I'm looking at your chest. I am so sorry about that. Got some frog emojis in there. Excellent. Thank you so much. I had a simple... Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're talking about mobile phones and how old were you and what were they like when you first got them. Elaine saying, hi, Claire. And you still a crochet teacher in your community. Elaine, are we friends from like way back? You had long black hair. I don't know. Your username is triggering a memory for some reason. In a good way, obviously. Megan's saying, I love your t-shirt. Thank you. So cute, isn't it? I've got a dog one and it's got a bulldog on it. And it wears glasses and it's adorable. I think it actually has a bow tie as well. Hello, Shannon. Welcome to the chat. How are you? I remember those scissors. Yeah, they've been around a long time. I think I bought those in New Zealand. Like I said, I haven't lived there for about 6 or 7 years. And I remember they were in a little display thingy on the front counter at Spotlight. That was in New Zealand. And I'm pretty sure I got that tape measure at the same time. Oh, Bob Curran's packing to move. Oh, that's so stressful. Hey, Jay. Is it Jay? Jai? I'm sure I've had this conversation with you before. I know you've been watching my videos for a very long time, so thank you for that. Bob Curran's saying frog. Yeah, so yay. Well, I think that is all I have to pull apart. So that is great. Where did that go? I'll just pop this pattern back in this bag. As you can see, I love a good project bag. I got this Red Heart Yarn Granny Square. And basically, you're supposed to crochet and it makes a granny square at the same time. I don't know how good it is. I've seen people's mixed reviews about this yarn. I do plan to sit down and try it. I don't think I'll do it on a live. I think I would need to sit down and concentrate. And yeah, I cannot believe, you can't see this, but I cannot believe how much room I now have on my desk because I've gone through the projects. I don't know if anyone's tried this, if they've had a cat and you put tinfoil on benches so they don't jump up on them. It works for cats. It does not work for dogs. So that can go in the bin. Oh, Megan got the same color weeks ago, but haven't tried it. This yarn, I don't know how much this yarn is in America, but not on sale was $18. What? I'm sorry. We have to import it. So there's that. But it was $18 and I was like, I'm not spending $18 on a ball of yarn, which is acrylic. and I don't even know if I'm going to like it because I don't even know if it's going to make a granny square. But it was on special for $14, and I was like, okay, I'll buy it at $14. Still ridiculous. But yes, you have to let me how you go, Megan, because I don't know. It sounds too good to be true. I've seen Kelsey from Passionate Knits do a review, and she was pretty good at it. There's also another lady I watch, Australian lady. I'm gonna have to think what her name is. Something Mel's Universe. Something Universe, I think. Aussie girl, lady, and she bought that yarn, and she was not having fun. Put it that way. She was like, "This is trying my patience." So I think that would be some fun. Yeah, exactly. $18 for a ball of yarn. Oh, sorry, I've got fluff up my nose. It is 200 grams, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, I tell a lie. It's 250 grams. Not that that makes it any different. 250 grams, which is 8.8 ounces, 417 yards, 381 meters. And I think, yeah, it says there it makes 14 granny squares. We will see. I reckon I will only make one, and that will be it. Joe saying I love watching other Aussie crocheters. Me too. Hook by Needles. Sam. Yes, Mel's Universe. I thought it was. Yeah, she's really lovely. I love to watch her stuff. She does really good what do you call it? Like reviews on things, and goes into detail, and I really like that about her channel. And she does other crochet yarny related stuff too, but when she does get something, she goes into a lot of detail, which I find really helpful, especially if I was thinking about buying that product, and then you're like, and then you can, use that to help you make a decision. You're right. She trialed that yarn. She was very patient. So many tries. I can see that's what's going to happen with me. Oh my gosh. Am I still a crochet teacher in... I read your comment completely wrong, Elaine. Am I a crochet teacher in your community? I don't teach in real life. The last time I taught in real life was in a local crafty group. I'm going to say that was last year. It wasn't that long ago. And I had 3 students. One had crocheted a couple of times. Like she knew how to hold a crochet hook and yarn and made a couple of items, but they had to learn to make a granny square. So she had never done that before. The other lady had never crocheted, and she picked it up so well, such natural. I really hope that lady is still crocheting. I'm sorry, I do not remember your name. I don't remember anyone's names, let alone from like last year. But absolute natural. Just, I kept saying, are you sure you've never crocheted before? Because it's brilliant. And of course, the lady's saying, no, it looks terrible. I'm like, it does not look terrible. I have seen a lot of crochet beginners, including myself, and that is not terrible. That is, your tension is even. You've got your stitches correct. I don't know, maybe it was just a good teacher. And then I had another lady. I don't remember the names, but that lady was struggling to grasp the concept. I think her learning style would be better one-on-one, where I had 3 students, all total beginners. I didn't realize that was going to happen. I would prefer, well, I did know that was going to happen, but I didn't realize there was going to be so many. I would prefer to teach, if you're a complete beginner, never like don't know anything about it, never tried it before, I want to teach you one-on-one. And I think that's where the videos come in handy, because that is one-on-one. But in real life, yeah, Definitely got to be one-on-one. And then before that was the crochet conference, which was 3 years ago. I'm going to say 2022. I think that was. I taught there and taught people how to make a crocheted hat and how to make it fit your head. That's probably all I've done. Yep. I mean, I go to a craft group, and if someone's stuck on something, I'll help them out, that sort of thing, but not actually teaching someone from the beginning. So, yes. Yeah, Mel's Yarniverse. Elaine says in Picton many years ago. Why is that not triggering any memory whatsoever? Did we go to the same crochet group? I don't remember what I did yesterday, let alone from them days. I'm left-handed and I taught myself by watching your tutorials. Huh. That's so cool because I crochet, as you know, crochet right-handed. Did you have to like watch it in a mirror? That's what people say. Watch it in a mirror. Or do you more listen to what I'm talking about? We've been chatting for an hour and a half. That is awesome. I don't know how Sarah did 8 hours of a live stream. That is intense. My voice is croaky just after an hour and a half. I can hear my dog barking because it is 15 minutes before his dinner time. And he is saying, hey, Mum, flick us a bit, flick us some biscuits. I listened and watched and somehow worked it out. Well done. Good for you. Well, I am going to get going because I do have a hungry dog and I've drunk so much water and now you need to use the ladies' room. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. I don't even know what day it is. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. So if you're on Tuesday nights, Wednesday is looking pretty good. I will talk to you sooner rather than later. Until next time, happy crochet. Bye.